Hello, Ollie here with 12 minutes of magic. 12 minutes for the magic of thinking big to be explained for you. So, can I do it in 12 minutes? Let's see. What's the first chapter all about? All about belief. If you think you want to do something big, exciting, new, creative, or you just want to change yourself in a big way, you've got to believe that you can. There is no point in any of these other chapters, like that one. There's no point in any of them unless you don't believe in it, and it kind of goes in a circle, so you've got to wait for the last one for it to all make sense, and if it all makes sense, then you will believe that it can happen. So, let's get to chapter 2, and Mr. Schwartz, David J. Schwartz, who was a professor of marketing and advertising. He wrote this book to get you to think big and to do lots of things and take action. Like I said, number one, you've got to believe in it. You've got to believe that you're going to be able to do it, and believing in the fact that you are going to be able to achieve something, whatever it is. When you start doing it, you're going to have lots of excuses as to why you don't believe that you can do something, or why you don't take action, which is important later on. So his chapter, he spends a whole chapter on curing what he calls excusitis. There is always an excuse. There's an excuse for this. There's an excuse for that. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I'm too young. I haven't got enough experience. Oh, I'm ill. And he pulls out lots of examples where people who aren't physically well. Look at Stephen Hawking's, incredible astrophysicist. He was able to accomplish incredible things. Old people, they can still have years and years, even if you're 40, 50, 60, retirement age 65, 70, you've still got a good 5 years or more. People who start weightlifting when they are young, man, they can lift more, or the equivalent of a young person who's just started weightlifting. So you're never too old, you're never too young, you're never too frail to do something. Believe in it and you can do it. Okay. So, cure excusitis to achieve your dreams, thinking big. Okay, the next one, build confidence. How do you build confidence, I hear you ask? Well, the one thing is to take action, because you can't have any confidence in being able to do something unless you've actually done it and taken some action to do it. For example, me doing these videos, I used to do them a while back and kind of got out of the habit because I didn't take enough action. So I'm taking the action of making these videos, these book reviews, to share my enthusiasm for some of these wonderful books. And I'll put the title up here. Oh, something just dropped. Never mind. Anyway, so you have got to build confidence by doing things to cure fear. Action cures fear. And remember, your physiology affects your psychology. So you can build confidence in lots of different ways, and he goes into it. But I'm trying to get this done in 12 minutes. So I will do some more videos on each chapter. Hopefully, again, if you want it, I'll only going to do videos probably if people want it. So click the thumbs up or type a comment if you want more on how to build confidence. I've got loads of stuff here. But we've got to run. If we want to do this in 12 minutes, we've got to go to, well, the title of The Magic of Thinking Big. If you want to experience the magic of thinking big, you have got to think big. How do you think big, I hear you ask? Well, be a big person. And one of these things is around kind of avoiding negativity, avoiding pettiness, avoiding small-minded things, that kind of negativity. I was slightly negative today because it was a bit of a gloomy day, but I tried to, G myself up with some nice ideas, being thankful, being grateful, thinking big. And you can think big even if we've been in lockdown recently. The world has become small, but you can think about the bigness of nature. You just look at a tree, look at how amazing it is. You think big in everything that you do. Okay, so thinking big, think about big ideas, think about what a privilege it is to be alive and have a brain and have things like the internet. What can you do with your brain and the internet? The possibilities are endless, so always think big. Right, Be creative. Now, sometimes it's a struggle to be creative. One tip that I've used for being creative is following the artist's way. Every morning, just wake up and just get into a habit of just writing whatever, or drawing, or just doing something. Going through the mechanics of actually being creative. But you can also get more ideas around creativity. If you think, oh, I'm not a very creative person, get yourself around creative people. Join clubs. Go on meetup.com and find something that you're interested in. Go to art galleries, get ideas and inspirations from the greats. Read good books. I'm waving my arms around a bit. Okay. Mix with successful people if you can find them. One of the things in all of this literature and self-help stuff is find good mentors. So, number 6 is... And I've rubbed it off a little bit, but it's self-respect, and hence why I'm wearing a tie and a shirt for this video. Self-respect, there is science behind, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, good-looking people get not more done, but they get better social interactions just naturally. If you're not the most naturally endowed person, I'm not disparaging on myself, but I'm saying I'm not exactly Brad Pitt. If Brad Pitt's wearing a t-shirt versus me in a t-shirt, Brad Pitt every time. If I'm wearing a shirt and tie, it's probably still Brad Pitt, but it doesn't matter. I can still feel good because I'm wearing a shirt and tie. I still feel good in a t-shirt as well, but it's just a psychological thing that if you are dressed to impress, you are generally more likely to impress, especially on first impression. So self-respect, physiology, back to physiology, keep your head up and your shoulders back. It naturally gives you more confidence. And to smile. Smiling naturally increases the serotonin in your brain. It's very good to do, and it naturally helps you create a bond with other people. Don't overdo it because you look like you got rigor mortis. Right, number 7. We are on 7 minutes. So now, go first class. This is an important one that I need to remember. Most of the time in my life, I spend far too much energy and not enough money on worrying and thinking about saving money all the time on buying kind of the cheapest thing. When actually, it makes more sense a lot of the time to not just buy the most expensive thing, but to go, right, what is the real value for money? Because for me, buying cheap things, I've got lots of experience of cheap things breaking, or shirts and clothes and stuff not fitting properly, they're not being tailored properly, because I've just gone for the cheap option, and I either then don't wear them, or they break, or whatever. Going first class. Also, sometimes you could pay an extra £2, literally, for like a first class train ticket. Hey, why not? And I used to be super anti this, and I probably still am quite subconsciously. It's just about like looking for those opportunities to live your life to the fullest that you can. Obviously, don't go and break the bank or be stupid like that. And again, this is a tricky one for me to get my head around. So, but go first class. That is what Schwartz is saying. Again, ideas in books you don't always have to agree with, but they are worth considering. And I think that's a good one for me to continue to consider. How about you? Okay. Now, the next one, number 8. Where have we got? We got number 8. Dun, 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 dun. Enthusiasm. And I love the word enthusiasm because it has kind of a spiritual context in terms of enthusiasm is kind of letting your kind of spiritual light shine. If you break down the original etymology, I believe, of the word enthusiasm, go and Google it. I should have done before this, so preparation is important. But enthusiasm, be enthusiastic in everything that you are doing, even if you don't really feel like doing it sometimes. You know, well, why not? If you're going to do it, you might as well do it with a big smile on your face. Like I say, if you smile, it's going to naturally give you some free endorphins. If you want free endorphins, check out my Drug Runner EP as Solo Cypher. It's on Spotify. Anyway, stop plugging yourself. Enthusiasm, super important. Let's see if we can go on to serving others. So like I said, even if you're supposed to be doing a job that you don't really want to do, just think, how can, one, you do it enthusiastically, that can help you and you'll do a better job, but also how can you serve others? Because if you are serving others, solving their problems, they are going to like you, they're going to respect you, they are going to be there for you eventually. And it may not be immediately, it may not be then. But like they say, karma is a mother. So, serve others. And all of, the great people, the greats of our time, the great spiritual, philosophical, political leaders, and the financial leaders that we have had, they've all made their way by serving other people. Regardless whether you like them or not, even like oil barons or whatnot. You can hate them or love them, but have you ever driven in something? Have you ever used something that's made of plastic? In which case, they have served you in some way. So, if you could serve other people, and the more people you can serve, the more efficiently and effectively you can serve people, the better you will do. And I say apparently, this is all recurring themes, and all of this stuff inspires me. Hopefully it inspires you. Hey, if you take action on all of these things and nothing happens, hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have made this video, but hey, it generally does seem to work. There does seem to be a positive correlation between the success literature and actual success. So let's go. Serve others. And 10, of course, take some action. Take action, take action. And he talks about, Mr. Schwartz talks about mechanically programming in. Check out James Clear, Atomic Habits. Working out ways to just get yourself, not even in a frame of mind, but physically in a space to do something. I've got to work. I'm going to put myself down in front of the screen. I'm going to force myself to only open up the piece of work that I need to do. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not going to leave this chair until I've done something, even if it's 2 words, even if it's 2 minutes. Set a 2-minute timer. Just do 2 minutes on it. Take some action. Action leads to more action and results. So it's very important. This taking action. Okay. Oh, we've got 10 seconds left. 2 things. So we're going to go. We're going to turn defeat into success. Remember, the obstacle is the way. Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. Obstacles, the path. By overcoming these obstacles, that is what the journey is all about. That's what makes it interesting, fun. That's what builds you into a better person. In some ways, the problems, the obstacles are better than the final result, because having completed the getting through the obstacle, that's it. By doing the training to a marathon, the training is the obstacle, but by doing all of the training, that's fantastic, and getting through the marathon, that's fantastic. The end, once you finish the marathon, it's like 10 seconds of okay, great. The actual benefit comes from overcoming the obstacles, and also obstacles, defeat can be hard to take, but if you can see it as a way into positivity, a way, it's showing you, it's giving you experience to actually achieve what you were trying to achieve in the first place. And what we are trying to achieve in the first place is, I've rubbed it off, is our goal. Whatever our goal is. This said goals here before I rubbed it off. I think with my chair swooping around, one of my goals is to move the whiteboard up. And like I said, it goes back in a full circle. You have to have belief that you can do it. I believe I can move this whiteboard a bit higher up. It might take a time, but I have to set it as a goal. My goal is to move the whiteboard up. And I'm just going to read from the note because it's important what he said around this creating of goals. Know where you want to be. You need to write it down. In order to set a goal, you need to write down goals. Think about it. Write it down. Is this really what you want? What do you want to achieve? What's the time scale? And he suggests writing a 10-year plan. I still haven't written a 10-year plan. I have got lots of plans, but for various time scales, but not necessarily a 10-year plan. So why not write a 10-year plan? Elon Musk, when he was young, that's the sort of plan that he wrote, and he's sticking to that plan. And do one step at a time, and break it down. 10 years, obviously, then break it down into 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. Within that 1 year, break it down into quarters or into months. So, 30 days, every 30 days. What's my 30-day plan? As part of that 30 day, what do I want to achieve in 30? Break it down into 1. It's work, but hey, it's the magic of thinking big. The point is that it shouldn't then become work, because it's about creating something amazing. So if you can start thinking about, what do I really want? And obviously make your goals something that you really want. It's got to push your boundaries, but even if you think you can't push your boundaries at the moment, we'll set a small goal, and just set a small goal for 5-10 days that you can achieve, which you're going to do a tiny bit. So, but if you can get into the habit, if you can build habits around setting goals and then achieving them, and a lot of this stuff comes from me, like I've mentioned, running already, and quite a lot. It's a really great one to start with, or just doing something physical with your body, because then that helps your brain, and it's helped me massively. Because if your body is able to go through the process, and then your body and brain start coming together to go, hey, there's a goal there. I went from the couch to 5K. I followed the NHS step program. It was really easy, but I did it consistently over time. I formed habits, and then I achieved that goal. And then it's like, hey, I could achieve a bigger goal. And you set a bigger goal and you achieve that, and you go, hey, I could achieve a bigger goal and a bigger goal. And so that's with the physical. You know, you can go from couch to 5K, 5K to 10K, 10K to half a marathon, marathon to ultra marathons, whatever. You can do the same thing with your mind and with your life in general. So that was 12 steps to the magic of thinking big. If you would like to elaborate, or you to elaborate on any of these steps, please let me know which one in particular, because I'll do that one first. Hopefully I've done it a bit of justice. I'm going to put in the description, so this is to mention at the end, if you're still here at the end. I learned about this book in particular through a Tai Lopez course that I was doing. Now, the Tai Lopez courses, it's not that I highly endorse or would recommend. I do recommend them. I do think in some ways they can be a bit expensive initially, and for the value that you get, sometimes I don't think he always jumps in to the content that he says he's going to on the kind of course title. So he's got a video on the magic of thinking big, and I was rewatching it. I was like, I really respect Tai, and obviously he's a lot more successful than me. But I think sometimes his stuff could be expanded upon. So in some of these videos, that is what I'm trying to do. And being realistic, all this thinking big, you have to strategize a little bit. So I know if you put some Tai Lopez stuff in your title or in your tags or whatever, you're going to get a few more views, a few more hits. So I thought I'd just put that explanation here right at the end of the video, just so it makes sense, in case you stumbled across it because you thought it was in some way associated with Tai Lopez. That's the reason. I'm still watching his stuff. I do really like it. Like I say, I think some of it may be a little bit overpriced, but hey, do what you gotta do. And this video, I hope, has expanded on the Magic of Thinking Big video that he did, because it's quite a good video, but I think I have now covered more of this book than he did. Haha. So, that is me. It's gone way over, about 18 minutes. I'm glad I did that. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the end, so maybe 20 minutes is a good time to finish. Please like, subscribe, or if you don't like it, don't bother. But if you don't like it and you don't like and you don't subscribe, just put a comment as to why you don't like it. So then I can improve a little bit. Anyway, take care. See you later.